investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman here on this Monday, the 4th of August. Tiger Technicians Hour. Here we go. Let me just check this quickly. Yeah, just a fantastic move. Look at this. From the 6300, just tootling along in the 6300 area, whoosh, up to 6337. I have to say, this is pretty darn good action. Now, I needed to do two things before I get on with the show, and the one is, let me show you. When we went short Thursday at the open, was it Thursday or was it Wednesday? I think it was Thursday before the open. That's right. And we had that very sharp pullback. One of the reasons why I always say to subscribers and to when I'm on the show is I try as much as possible to try to get the outer limits, to be able to short or go long. And the only reason is that you take that opportunity and you try to use it to the best of your advantage, in the sense that if you are correct and you get the actual, not the tick to the upside, we did get closer to not the tick, but really to on the short side of the S&P very nicely. But if you do that, then there's a chance that within the context of, let's put it this way, in the context of the direction going your way for a little while, it gives you a sense of, not comfort, you never have comfort in the market because the market's always there to challenge you, but it gives you a sense of directional opportunism, and you've got yourself into a position at the turn, and therefore when it goes down sharply, in this case down very sharply, it went from in the Dow's case, let's go from the high that was made at 44,665 down to the low of 43,588. That is a big move to the downside, so that anytime there's this counter trend rally, you at least way up at the top. Look at the S&P. The S&P, so this is the second point. The S&P was right on the day of the high. And all I'm saying is that if you go short there, and the market starts to pull back, you can allow for these bounces. Now, I'm treating this at the moment as a bounce. One of the reasons, and I'll go through them in a moment, the main reason is that the 9-period moving average is still positive on the S&P, and on Friday, it turned negative on the Dow. So there's a divergence. The IWM, the Russell 2000, up $1.94 at 216.65, also went negative on the 9-period moving average. To me, that's really important. The S&P hasn't done that yet. The QQQ, the Index 100, trading up 850 at 562.35, made a high on Thursday of 574.63. So that just, and it's bounced very nicely, but that 9-period moving average hasn't crossed negative. So those are the things that I look for, and I like to talk about that when I do my webinars. Those are the things that I discuss in terms of the technicals that I try to use. And let me just show you this for a moment here. Just divergence of thought. There we are, look at this. That is the SMHs, the semiconductors. The green line is the 9-period moving average above the 14-period moving average. When it's down below, it goes pink. Well, the price has been sharply below the green line, and not yet has the SMHs, have they gone to the pink on the daily chart. So it's a work in progress. And of course, when do you have, I think it's advanced micro devices? Is that tomorrow? Yep, tomorrow, advanced micro devices. So you still have quite a bit of leeway there, because you've got the semiconductors, which have been incredibly strong. just starting to pull back. Now, if you go to NVIDIA, look, here's NVIDIA. NVIDIA off the 183.30 high of the 31st of July. It goes down to the 200-period moving average. This is only the second time it's touched the 200-period moving average since I think it was somewhere like June the 23rd. So all I can say is this is a situation where what we're looking at is the action of the MACD, the relative strength, the stochastic 73% under the 80% level, the on-balance volume. The action is suggesting that there's a turnaround, but we haven't got at least I haven't got the confirmation yet in the NVIDIA and, as I said, in the semiconductors. You need them all in unison to be going down, and then you can say, aha, now we've got a trend change. Those weekly charts are incredible. So this is what I want you to do here. Let me just, I can't even remember. This is the, let me just run these again. Dow, INDU, huge spike to the upside, trading at 43,949, up 360 points. And it's off the 43,300's low, but the high was 45,060 in the loss side. The all-time high is 45,073. So in this particular instance, I'm anticipating, and this is what I would do in a webinar. I wanted to show you that there are certain patterns that I look at all the time, and this is something that you're going to monitor very closely. Do we get, right here, do we get this sharp move down, a rally that goes to a peak A or a B, and then it fails, and then it comes back and takes out the left side low. So this is now what I call a gray A, because it has come off the low. But if this starts to turn around, then we're looking at the chance that it retests this left side low of 43,340.68, goes 1 penny below it, and then it's taken it out. So we're going to be watching this very, very closely. All right, with that said, I just want you to go to the E-minis. Okay, we've got a peak C in the 10-minute chart, but there's a little bit of a struggle going on. Peak F in the 1-minute chart, peak E in the 5-minute chart. Do we get a deeper pullback? Or is this going to be a peak C that goes to a D? Invariably, a buy signal goes to a buy mode. That when it gets to a buy mode, it gets upgraded to a possibility of going to at least 4 higher peaks, would be a peak D. So I'm going to be watching this very closely to see, is this going to happen? Will it transpire? Or do we start to tank right here? And since this is an opening salvo, we could even call this an alternate count E/C. But in the meantime, I'm watching very closely because this is a pretty darn good rally off the low in one swoop. It went to the upside. All right, so let me get back to our story. And our story is, I just needed to change something right here. There it is. Okay. Within the context of, I'm just going to get out of that right now, Basil. Yeah. Within the context of the Chapman methodology, look at this. You've got an arch formation in the Dow that took out that left side low. Now you've got 3 bars in which to go above it. This is the first bar. Will it hold? That's a big question. I do want to go to the TLT. That's the bonds. Leg C isn't going to go to the 88.44 level by Wednesday. That would be the left side, right side price time match. And then yields will be coming down. One other thing as we're going to the break, high-grade copper, ugly chart, 4.44. It's only up a penny, but what a smash from the...
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched The Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
So let's see, we've got ourselves a leg F in the 5-minute E-mini, but this is still leg C. What a pity if we just held off just a little longer, we finally would have got a D, and then we would see what's happening if there was a pullback from that. All right, let's get back to our story. So there are a couple of things that are, what I think are relative to the market at this particular phase. I wanted to go through this quite quickly. I had some questions I'm going to go to in a moment, but look, the Dow in the Chapman methodology, peak D is where the anticipation of a buy signal going to a buy mode should go. Well, we went to a D, pulled back for 2 weeks. The third week, we went to a leg E, and then last week we did not make a new high above 45,016. So this is a peak E already in the Dow, and that's just showing that there is some digestive phase. It's also a double top-ish kind of look in the monthly chart, but we've just begun the month, so we don't have to talk about it right now. So the daily chart, very nice rally. Didn't fill the gap from Thursday's low into Friday's gap down, but that's okay. This is a good rally, and that's all you got to say. Now look at the S&P weekly chart, and this is what I wanted to show. Even though we've got fairly high, for us, short positions, there is a chance that they might not work. But so far, what we've got is a guarantee. It's such a word in the market, a guarantee. Well, a highly likely chance that we will make some money. We've already made some money, but with the stops that we've got, if they get hit, we'll have to restart our thinking about what happens next. But at this particular point, it's a digestive phase, and that's all I'm talking about because of the daily chart. But that weekly chart, this is a leg C, and I'd say that there's a really good chance, as far as everything I'm looking at, that this week we make a peak C. And all we're doing here is a spectacular move from the 44, what was it? Let me give you the exact number. Oh, I should have typed it in. 4835.04. 48, there we go. 4835.04, low of the week of the 7th of April. And we've screamed up to 64.25. I mean, that's huge, right? So if we have a digestive phase here, the 9-period moving average is at 81.98. Let's call it 81.90s. And then did I say? I meant 60. 61.90s. And then 61.10s would be the 14-period exponential moving average. So that, to me, at this particular, could be wrong, but I'm not looking for, if there is a digestive phase unfolding, I wouldn't be looking for more than this test of the 61, let's call it 61.80s. And we're at 63. That's 30-something points. That would be the first step. But we haven't even really got a sell signal yet in the S&P on the daily chart. So what I wanted to do was to get into position to be placed so that the stocks that we were looking at that looked like Marriott is one of my go-to key indicators, just in terms of the overall economy as it relates to the resorts and hotels, just travel. And it's had a 307.52 high back earlier this year. It goes right down to the 200-period moving average at about 205. Then it rallies sharply to this 280 area and then comes back down. So it's kind of struggling. Cintas is another one, CTAS. This is telling me about the economy. Nice action close to like almost a kind of a jagged cup and handle pattern. It's gone to an all-time high at 229. Well, that's only less is a point and a quarter above the November high of 228.12 of last year. So there's a chance that we double topping a little bit. But the most important aspect of this is that it's not breaking down. It's just kind of going sideways. So that's just saying, well, Cintas uniforms, rentals, that's very important. And it's holding quite nice. URI is the United Rentals, URI, trading at 868, up 9 right now, just off its all-time high just recently. But that's also kind of a double top, 896.98 back in November, I think it was 2024. Takes it all the way down to the 200-period moving average in the 520 area. The whoosh comes back, and it goes to what? It goes to 900 and something, right? So 903, double top 903.61. Next day is 903.44. Chapman with 2-bar reversal, but it's not breaking down. It's holding very nicely. So that's a good sign. That's rentals. So I could go through different things. And GE is one of those. This is more the macro scenario, aircraft engines, etc. This is the big heavies, the cyclicals. Really good. Within fractions of its all-time high, we still have it. Taking a little bit off. And it's still a nice, good position for us, trading at 274. We're in the 198 area. Nice action. And then the general public one is the one I keep looking at. Robinhood, up to today, up 245 at 102.34. Made a 113.44 peak F high in the daily, only a peak B in the weekly, and it's still holding pretty darn well. But it did make the dreaded H, broke down. Now it's coming back above the left side low of 98.75. So there are so many others that I could use. Waste management right now within a decent amount away from the. Let me just do this. Get this there. Oh, there's the daily. A little bit of a double top around about the 242 area, pulls back to the 200-period moving average, that 200-period exponential moving average, right there around about the July the 7th. Whoosh, it goes up and it goes to peak D at 240, just over 240, comes back down. So it's kind of just wishy-washy, but this is towns and cities, and it's good. This is waste management. I just keep it there. It's a really good indicator. So these are things that are saying to me, kind of a mixed market here. But now let's go to the semis. The semis right now are up 440 at 288.34. 297.38 was the high on the 30th of July. We've had 3 sessions since the high. It's only a leg B in the weekly chart. And the MACD and everything's very, very strong. But the daily chart is saying, got to watch this closely, because if that 14-period exponential moving average starts to pull back and the green 9-period moving average goes under it you will get a failure pattern, which would suggest that if it breaks the support of on Friday's low of 279.19, goes maybe to 277, kind of open to the next level of support at 272. That was on the 1st of July. So I'm just watching this very closely because there are signs that are saying short-term topping. Now, wait a minute. We've got a whole bunch of earnings coming out, and I'm looking at it. I don't see anything here that is actually, well, Marriott comes out tomorrow. We're going to see what that does. Snap Inc., okay. DuPont, 2DD, makes a peak E at 78, just over 78. It's a daily, makes a peak D in the weekly chart at that same level. Yeah, it's pulling back quite a bit from the highs. DuPont Industrial Chemicals. So I'm just glancing through this. Uber, let's look at Uber. I wouldn't be surprised if Uber surprises on the upside, but right now it's coming off its peak D high in the 97 area, back around about July the 7th, and it's a weekly chart peak D. Okay, so I'll talk about this more when we get back. And right now the Dow's at 438, S&P's up 75. Very good action after Friday's ugly action. I'll be back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstad's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day, Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, folks. So in the den, let's see, Duffy says W bounce. Yeah. So W is Wayfair, Inc., Furniture, Lighting, Cookware. Did it come out with earnings at all today? Because it looks like that's the kind. Yes, it did. It came out with earnings. Spikes higher because it's tootling along the 63s on Friday. Today it hit 63. Today it hit 73.79. It opened at 73.36. It went just pennies higher, and then it pulled back very sharply to 68.20, and now it's trading at 70.50. So yeah, this is going to be very interesting. It went right to, look at this. These are the techniques I like to teach in my and show and demonstrate in my webinars. Look, this 200-period moving average. Do you know that Wayfair hasn't been there since it crossed negative on January the 7th, 2022 at 197, and then it tried and tried, couldn't get close to it, and now it's hit it. It tagged it. This is really important. It's one of the favorites that I've been looking at, which we didn't get into, but I've spoken about for quite some time, saying it's looking very good. Wayfair, Inc., Furniture, Lighting, Cookware, Online, Home Goods. This is telling us about another part of the market, about the economy. These are different priced goods. This is what, if people couldn't afford just to say the impact on their income is such that they didn't have any proclivity to want to spend more than was absolutely necessary. This is different. This is saying they are spending. And that's really important. So W Wayfair, great action, leg D. Look at how many Ds it's done. It's done since the low, that 20.41 back in April. I've been talking about this for so long. It went to one peak D. That also went to an E, but a peak D. Two also went to an E, but it gave a nice instant restart. Three, another one, and this is the fourth one. Usually when you get to four, it's very unusual to have four Ds. That's where you start to see a little bit of a slowdown and some digestive action. So we'll see what happens. This kind of would correspond to what I'm looking at here, saying just on a shorter term basis, my technical work suggests that there's some kind of a digestive phase that has been unfolding, and it's just going through different sectors. But look at this nice gap. It's still up in the gap, up 5.41 at 70.63. So I'm not sure how it will digest these gains, but the 200-period moving average suggests it's going to go higher, but it might have to first have a breather. That's all. Okay, next thing I wanted to look at here was, I didn't do this. Sorry, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is trading down. It was down, trading down. Now it's come back up. Down Friday sharply, went under the key support level, and now it's up to 23.15 at 115,885. And what I'd said is if this breaks 112,500, what was that low? 111,440 on Friday. That would be key to me, because it would say that there's a good chance that, where was it? Yeah, there was a good chance that over a period of a week or so, we might see what it closed at that low, and now it's jumped very sharply. So what I discussed was that if we broke 112,500 on a closing basis, which we did, there's a good chance that a really big deal will be between 110,000 and 109,000 going into, now it's August. I was saying in the next few weeks, but now I can say into August. That's going to be important. Right now, it very quickly needs to get above 117,300 on a closing basis, just to get back into the rectangle. It's done fantastically. We still have our long position. I don't really want to mess around with this. It's holding very nicely. What did I want to do? I had a couple of questions. I better go there. Okay. XLU. I don't know if I've still got it notated. Yes, I've got it notated, the monthly, daily, not the weekly. the monthly, the weekly, not the daily. Let's just go to the lowest low and just start a wave count right there. XLU is the S&P Utility Select Spider Fund. So this goes, just real quickly, I'll do this. A, B, C, D, instant restart. But you don't have to use the instant restart. You just have to keep it there to say there's a chance that you could have a whole brand new leg D. But in the meantime, you just have to go with the wave count because the MACD is still very strong. So you just keep counting the alphabet. D goes to E, E goes to F, F goes to G, and then you get your sharp pullback. Okay, so now we're going to see is that, whoa, look at that. So normally what I would do is I would have gone G/C, and my rule of thumb is that after an instant restart, if you get a G/C, there's a chance that you could still go to a D and then start a brand new buy mode. Well, it went to the D right there. D pulls back, just another pullback, just a steady move to the upside, and then it starts going sideways. There's the low. So this is A, B, I'm doing this live, C, D, and then 3 bars. No, it doesn't make an instant restart, so we'll just have to count it as either a brand new move to the upside. So that pulls back. So that goes E, just keep counting F, and G/C. And G/C very often goes to a D if it's an instant restart. This one wasn't. So we're just going to keep counting it as if it's a waveform going up, and we'll see what happens after this. So, yes. So XLU, excellent. I don't know if this is an all-time high because I haven't opened this chart for a long time. Yeah, all-time high. The last one went to a G, pulls back very sharply from the 78 area, and then pulls back to the 55s, comes back, and here we are. And this is a utilities. It actually looks like a decent stock chart, let alone a utility chart. So, okay, I like the utilities. I've liked them for a while. We haven't been in them because we've done other things. You can't be spread out too much. So I've just liked it. When people have asked about it, I said it's doing well, and it's still doing well. But now you're getting the strongest, biggest candles. And when you get the big candles like this, it says you're probably getting close to some kind of a digestive phase, but there's nothing here that says to me, look, this is the price is way over the green 9-period moving average. The green is way over the 14, so that space between is very important, very good. The MACD is still climbing. The histogram is a little bit lower than it was before, but it's still climbing. The relative gray line, the relative strength, very strong. Stochastic's fabulous at 87%, and the on-balance volume is a tad overboard. Yeah, very good action. What do I think in terms of support? It's at 88.97 right now. I would put the support first at 85.75 and then at 85.20. That's what I'm looking at. That's what you asked for. Where's the support? Yep, there's the support. The XC in the weekly says it should still go higher. I'll be back in a moment. Basil, Chapman, Technical Hour, looking at the general market. Dow's at 433, S&P's up 74.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. an amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Folks, let me go in the order of the questions here. 212.86 down to $1.87 on Amazon. Gaps down, made a lower low today. Remember my rule with the gaps. You got to watch this closely. There's a whole series of things that you got to look at. But right now, taking out this left side low, it hasn't closed there, but it's taken it out. And that just says, ooh, a lot of weakness there. 236.53 was the July 31st high. Wasn't an all-time high. That was a 242.57 back in February. Yeah, this is not good at all. So Amazon's very weak. And so I would look at it and say that if it takes out 209, if it closes under 209, then the 205, 200 period moving average in August will be my target. It would have to close 3 times, 2 out of 3 times, and I'd give it within 3 days of doing it above the 220.44 high that was made on the first minute gap down. That looks really difficult to do. Next thing I'm looking at here is a JOBY, one of the ones that I've spoken about just forever and still haven't got into it. And here it is gapping up 275 at 19.90. All-time high. Amazing. Joby Aviation, I spoke about this just way back when it was doing nothing. And yet, you can't get into everything. There's limited resources. So I just, as a kind of a portfolio, just let it go, and it keeps going up and up and up. And now it must have been earnings today because it's doing beautifully. Whatever it is, it's gapped up, and it's at 20.02, up 286. I love this action. The weekly chart is fantastic. The monthly chart is vertical, but it's vertical after a sideways move that took really from the IPO. Oh, wait a minute. The IPO was at 4 months after the IPO, it went to 17.00, round number high, and then tanked, went all the way down to the 315 level in December of 2022. Spiked up to 11, comes back. I just, this is great. I mean, the reason it's great is because I think they are very far ahead in many of the others doing EVTO, that's electric vertical takeoff. It's a California-based company, all-electric aircraft passenger service. And I think they've already got a couple of clients, even if it's just internal over just a short distance, to do this. I haven't checked that out because I might be getting mixed up with another service. Also, China's doing a lot in this area. So I like this very much. I just wish we owned it because I've been wanting to be in this kind of area. and I've let it go, and that's wrong. The next big pullback. What's the next big pullback? Test the low of the 22nd of July, just 2 weeks ago or so, at 15.51. Well, that's 4 points. I love that. We'll see what happens. All right, so this is very good action. Next question came in. BBAI, one of our positions is up 9.5%. Up 60 cents at $7. Yes, I looked at this and I was absolutely, because of the way it made the Chapman wave dreaded H pattern, went lower than the left side low and then closed quite nicely on Friday when everything else was tanking. But I just said, that weekly chart is just to have a little bit of patience to add to it. We've had a fantastic run since $5.09, I believe, way back here in June. It ran up. It took nice, huge profits on the big spike to 872, and then we've been careful. We had a silly position that broke even the other day. It was absolutely the way I wrote it was wrong. We were very lucky not to even lose money, but to actually get an even trade. But it was silly the way I phrased. I don't know what I did phrase it. I was going to add to the position, but I'm waiting to see, because I think we're looking at this rotation. That's the thing that I wanted to talk about, is how we're rotating. And this week, by Friday, we're going to know what's working, what's not working, and what is, in fact, in a long-term bull market, and that nothing is going to change it. I must say that Joby looked like it. All right, next question I have is Palantir comes out with earnings. See if I read that correctly. Palantir, yep. Palantir trading up 5 at 159.39. Now, this is another one that I've spoken about for subscribers and said, look, the way the weekly chart, forget the monthly, which is just vertical, which is really, I wouldn't say it's overextended just because it's walking the 9-period moving average, but it is, if you look at the steadiness of this weekly chart, it would say that if there's any disappointment today, then the low of Friday, which was 151.06, if that's taken out, then I would look at 145. It would have to be really disappointing and saying something about the government. We're not in government's favor anymore. And I don't know, they seem to be in the government's favor. Palantir Technologies, data fusion platforms is mostly they in the military area. And I just think this is a very good looking chart. So if the earnings come out, it's not the earnings. What you want is what happens tomorrow after there's a conference call, et cetera, et cetera. Does it in fact continue higher? Because it's really difficult to say. The 163 to 165 area seems right now to be very strong resistance, but it's only in leg C in the weekly chart. Palantir is looking great, so it would be a very big disappointment to see its tank. But if it tanks, I'd just give it like 3 weeks, 2 weeks, and then I'd be looking at it again and saying, okay, is this now a buy? So that's Palantir. Next question is, I have a long-term position in HMY. Oh, HMY, Harmony, huh? Have I still got this notated? I just never know these days. Yeah, Harmony Gold, South African gold mine. I think, in fact, one of the mines was where I lived as a teenager for a little while. I remember riding my bike as far as I could up the stone surface, there like a stone crusher, and then you get stuck. All right, so that had left side, right side price time match going back a decade or so to the, I forgot to type it in, but I think it was to the 18-something level. It spiked there right on in April, it went to 18.77, and now it's just gone sideways. So what's the question? Any benefit to taking some shares off the table on this pop higher to buy and lower in the next few months? See, now when you talk months, I'm inclined to say the way gold is acting, and what is gold up now? GC. Gold is up $28. I mean, look at this high-level consolidation. Something's going on in gold that is just either foretelling something very ominous in the geopolitical world. I don't know what it is, but it's gone sideways. I haven't wanted to do anything further in our physical gold that we have, which has pretty much the same chart pattern as the gold. Something's going on, because under the other circumstances, Gold should really have pulled back under 3,300, and it's not. So HMY, what I'm going to suggest to you is, if you feel a little uncomfortable, look, this is a peak A, peak B, peak C, and here's your leg D with big gaps, but it trades overseas, so gaps don't count to me the same way as they would if you're looking at the stock. What's going to happen when you're trading overnight coming up? Oh, wow. So A, B, C. Let me just do, I have another say. Yes. I'm just going to suggest, Mr. Oz, I'm going to suggest, I wouldn't, I don't think I'd like it. Give me a second. I don't want to just blurt out something without thinking it through. My impression right now is don't do anything, hold it, and I'll be back. Let me do that. I'll be back in a moment.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Hi, folks. So the question I want to know about taking a little bit off from Harmony and then adding back on a pullback. You know what? Let the day play out, and then tomorrow I'll come back to it. I'll make a note right here, Tuesday, HMY. I would not want you to do anything right now. It's acting so well. It's just, and you've got a potential cup formation in the weekly chart. I don't want you to get out of something that could go even higher. Then what do you do? So just let's leave it at that for the moment. Okay, so just to wrap this up, I'm going to say that within the context of what we're looking at here, with a really strong, I mean, look at this. Here's the Dow. Very big bounce, almost filled in the gap from Friday. That is really impressive. I still think that we're digesting. This is a consolidation, more daily than weekly chart that we're looking at. If you look at the S&P, it's almost the same thing. Very, very good action. But I think that right here, it could start to stall. I'm anticipating that this pattern here, oops, can I find it in time? Yes, I can. This H pattern, it comes down sharply, bounces and then fails at a peak A or maybe a B. That's kind of what I'm looking at right now. We'll see. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but at least we're prepared for it. And we've still got all our long positions where we've added some shorts just as a trend change, potential trend change. One thing someone asked me about Goldman Sachs. Yeah, typed in the wrong place. Goldman Sachs right now is trading, where's that? Right there. Goldman Sachs, yeah, made a peak D at 737.88, pulling back a little bit, but so far it's a leg C in the weekly chart. Yeah, everything's good. Just very short term, looking a little toppy. And that's the way I'm going to leave it. I'm going to hand you over to Steve Rhodes. Steve Rhodes coming up. Great programming here. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Check out my Opening Call Daily Newsletter. And good luck for the day.